Colorado, in the late game, if you didn't stay up on Saturday, I did because I had to write about it. They beat Cincinnati pretty convincingly. They were the better team. It wasn't really that close, 34-23, and they're going bowling. Here's the thing about this Colorado team right now is I don't know how good this team is, big picture. We haven't seen them play measuring stick games against really, really good teams like we did against Oregon last year.
Who cares?
But, well, here's my point on this. In terms of collecting receipts from haters and sticking it to the haters, Colorado, they might be one of the top 10 teams of all time in terms of like, just people did not think that they were going to do this. We're sitting here on October 27th, and they are bowl eligible, and they are in the thick of the Big 12 race. And if you look at the rest of their schedule, this looks like an 8 or a 9 win team, and that's not something that I thought was going to be on the map. I did not like the coordinator hires to start the season. You bring in Rob Livingston, who had never called a play before, even though he is very experienced in the NFL. You have Phil Lodeholt as your offensive line coach, who had never coached position before. You're trying to fix it with him. You lean on Pat Shurmur, who has not had a good career in the NFL, and it's all kind of working. The defense is fixed. The offensive line is still not very good, but the defense has been much better. Shedeur is being Shedeur. Travis Hunter is back healthy. Travis Hunter, I mean, the dude is unbelievable. If you want to debate him and Ashton Genty, that's a very interesting place to be. But either way, the team is exceeding just about everybody except the Deion Stan's expectations at this point. And it's kind of amazing to see because if you actually watch this team, they're pretty solid. They're pretty solid. Like they're not doing this stuff with tricks or winning fluky games. Like they've been better in pretty much all of their wins this season. And maybe that Nebraska game left a bad taste in people's mouth. But, I guess it does leave one question, Damien. Do you believe in Colorado?
Do you believe?
Colorado.
Do you believe?
I'll throw it out there. Can Colorado win the Big 12, Damien?
Well, that was actually I was going to ask Chris, like, what's the picture? Because I feel like Colorado still needs help. I feel like they still need
a little bit of help. They do need
so
a
I
little
want
bit of help.
First of all, before I answer your question, Chris, can you paint a picture of what it will take for Colorado to be in the Big 12 championship for me?
Colorado finishes with Texas Tech, 5-3 team, Utah 4-4, Kansas 2-6, Oklahoma State 3-5. They are currently tied for second in the Big 12, but they're behind Kansas State, who they lost to, and they're behind Iowa State and BYU, who are undefeated. So they're going to need at least another loss from at least Kansas State. Two of those three teams are going to need to lose at least one more game. So it's there, and Colorado's path is certainly manageable.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that being said, if they do get help, obviously Chris just laid it out for us. It's theirs for the taking. And I do believe that this is a good team. I think outside of the offensive line, they're good almost everywhere. Yeah. Quarterback play, I mean, outstanding. Shedeur Sanders, brother, hats off to you, because I was even a guy, I wasn't sold on Shedeur at the beginning of the season. I heard the songs, I saw him in the Maybachs and the Rolls Royces, and I was like, I don't know if this guy is really locked in. Brother, you are, as of right now, I'm willing to say you're the best quarterback in the country in my eyes. What was his name? Isaiah, I don't want to butcher it. Agustave?
I think that's right. He transferred from Arkansas. I forget. I've watched Colorado a bunch this year, and I still can't remember how to pronounce it. But it's Augustive. I think it's Augustive. But anyway.
Regardless, we gonna put some respect on your name, because welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We were talking about Colorado can't run the football. Well, clearly they showed they got a guy that can tote the pill a little bit. Travis Hunter is one of one. He is generational, and I think that everybody talks about, is he better at DB? Is he better at receiver? I'm going to say it. I think he's a better receiver. The guy's an unbelievable receiver. Richard Sherman called him bland. I don't believe that, because when I look at this dude, I see good routes, good releases. I see good hands, catch radius that's insane. I see big playability, taking a hitch 50, 60 yards. I see it all. And shout out to Warren Sapp and what he's doing with this defense, man. Like, they are playing much, much, much better football. And so when I look at this team and I see all of those factors, this is a good football team, and they very much have a chance to run the table and get to the Big 12 championship and maybe even win it.
I think pure ball skills and catch radius. I put Kyle Pitts, Brock Bowers, and Travis Hunter would be like my top three, maybe of like the last decade or something along those lines. Chris, am I crazy? Is that just off the top of my head in terms of guys that just, if you throw it near them, they're going to catch it? Anybody else jump out to you?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like the strength, like that.
Yeah,
That's
the
what's
ball
been most
skills are
surprising.
unbelievable.
That's what's been so
Mhm.
surprising about some of these catches that Travis Hunter makes is that you don't know how he hangs onto the ball.
Well, the
You know,
guys are
a
hanging
big
off of
tight
him.
end, you
He
can
was
get
gonna
it.
chokehold. He had like a 40-yard catch late in the
Yeah,
fourth quarter.
I
and
was
a
gonna say,
choke-
I
literal
don't even think
chokehold.
you can compare those two guys to Travis, man. I don't think so.
I think
Very
he's better as a
impressive.
player, but in terms of just like contested catches and like if you throw it in his zip code, like he's catching it. It's
That's it.
crazy. It's
I will
crazy.
always wonder where is Florida State if Travis Hunter goes there. Where like that is one of those like decisions that kind of change the trajectory of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been fun and it's been good for Colorado.